Welcome back to the Live to Grind podcast show. I'm Brendan T. Adams, and another badass Friday spotlight on an awesome entrepreneur doing some cool things. Who just recently got out of college. Kudos to you, by the way, buddy. We got Dan Tieman of HD Marketing and the podcast host of Dorm Rooms to Conference Rooms. What's going on, Dan?
What's going on, Brandon? First of all, long time, no talk for a while here.
Yeah.
You've just been busy. I've been busy doing different things. So thanks for having me on. It's been great. But yeah, a little bit about myself, guys, really quick. Like Brandon said, I am HD Marketing, where we do digital marketing for specifically realtors, where we have our foot in the door and a big niche in. And then we have the podcast show, Dorm Rooms and Conference Rooms, where my co-host Saba Ali and I interview millennial entrepreneurs as well as college students, just kind of killing it, and we try to speak to them in a different way.
Yeah, you know what you're doing. I love what you guys do with your show. And for all you listeners, you've heard Saba Ali in the past, who's been on the show and works with us. But Saba and Dan came together to create this show, just a perfect match for doing the show and targeting specifically right to college kids. Kind of what I did with University of Young Entrepreneurs 2 years ago. You guys, straight dorm rooms to conference rooms. And I've been on the show, great show. Highly suggest any of you listen to it. And definitely it's been cool to see you grow. Dan, talk about where did we first meet, by the way? Where did you first find me?
So pretty much, as you know, I'm sure you could remember this, but I heard you on John Lee Dumas's podcast, and then I saw you up on Kickstarter, and then I listened to your podcast, and then I just reached out to you, and it's kind of been history ever since there.
It's funny. I remember you reaching out, and I led you to Think and Get Rich and How to Win Friends, Influence People by Dale Carnegie, and you read them both, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. And then you said the first thing you said to me was, read those two books, reach back to me as soon as you finish them, and we're going to jump on a call. I said, deal. And basically I remember in a matter of a month, I read both. And I jump inside. I go, Mom, I got to order these two books right now on Amazon. They're going to be in. I'm going to be reading them. And I got to be back on this other call with this guy named Brandon T. Adams. She was like, all right, you do you.
You know what's so funny about that is most people, believe it or not, Dan, don't follow up. And the people that do, I do a call with and end up collaborating with in some way. Most people don't. And you did. And I really respect it. I think it was Thomas Frank's podcast you might have heard me first on.
That's what it was, Thomas Frank's.
Thomas Frank's, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
College Info Geek.
College Info Geek. Shout out to Thomas Frank. Great guy who's also been on the show. But so for you, let's talk about why did you – well, first of all, where were you before you joined the accelerator? What was going on in your life? What were you doing?
So basically before I joined into the accelerator, the fall of 2016, I was just a normal college kid, just kind of having fun, interested in business, reading some books, going out on the weekends, and, just playing lacrosse. I was the captain of my lacrosse team for 2 years there. But yeah, I was just kind of not doing much, kind of stuck in a rut almost, wanting to do something, but not really taking the chance on myself.
Why did you get into the accelerator? What was your main motivator?
So the main motivator was just constantly listening to you and audio through podcasting and things like that. And then finally, I remember it was a certain podcast show. I texted you. I was like, I'm in. I don't know what you said, but it spoke to me. And I was like, I'm doing this. You're talking about me on your podcast. I'm jumping in. I need to change something.
I think I might have been talking directly to you, man.
Right.
It's funny because there are certain people in my Tuesday shows where I know they need the push. And I'm straight out giving a message that can relate to a lot of people. But I think I remember you said, fuck it, I'm in. Yep. And I was on a plane ride. I just landed in LA. And I think I was doing an interview with, it was Lewis Howes later the day or something. But it was cool to see. So you went through it. Tell me what your experience was like in the accelerator program. What did you learn? What was your big takeaway?
It was awesome. Just because I never really was in a true mastermind. And I remember as soon as I was even on the first mastermind call, I was just nuts, talking about it in the group. I don't know if you remember, I was saying the synergy was nuts. I've never been like this before. I just was excited all throughout the whole month. And it was cool too, just connecting with these people that here I am, a college kid who has nothing under their belt. And we had people on like Laura, who runs a really great business with Copy That Pops and is part of Live to Grind. And then we had Megan Alonzo with the whole with medical device stuff. And it was just a great mix.
A lot of ballers in one group. It was so much synergy. So what was you think the biggest takeaway you took from that experience you had?
So the biggest takeaway I took was just you got to get stuff done, whether it was, basically is through podcasting, just start putting stuff out there. And then through podcasting, or then, doing Facebook lives or blogging, just putting out content was the biggest thing that I took away. And now I'm starting to really see the benefits of it.
So tell me, okay, from that experience, the things you're doing differently now, all the things you're doing in your business, like where you're at.
So the things that I'm doing differently now is I was so scared to even do a Facebook Live. And I remember you and Saba both had to pull it out of me. And finally I just did one. And then I kind of was like, oh, okay, did one here and there. And finally now I'm doing like one every other day, just talking directly to my audience. And it's great. I mean, that's something that changed a lot. And then my mindset too. And I think it started to change really with Think and Grow Rich, which is a huge mindset book, as we both know. And it's just been crazy ever since then.
Yeah. So for you, just where I've been watching you. I know we don't talk as much, but like the show you're doing at Saba, you guys create a regular show, great show. I mean, I listened to the first, like, I guess I don't consume that much anymore, but I've listened to like 5 of the shows. I remember the first that you sent me and I gave you guys some feedback. I was on a plane again. I've been on a lot of planes, but but also with your agency, with what you're doing, you're getting clients and you guys are just killing it. And also just doing the right things, the marketing, things that you guys didn't think about doing until you went through that. And you change the mindset and thinking to rich, you're right. It makes you think bigger and do things on a bigger level. So I want to jump into how to brand yourself, the acronym brand. So the first part of it is B for blogs and books. What are you doing right now for your business in terms of writing?
So in terms of writing, I used to blog every single Monday. I used to release a blog, and then lacrosse came in and got kind of hectic. So I stopped that for a while. But for our business wise, for HD marketing, I do a copy every single day, or I do different posts every single day on Facebook that relate directly to our audience. So that's the first thing. And really you could utilize that post as a blog. I know a lot of people do that, but yeah, it's kind of the biggest thing right now for writing is I do my post every day on Facebook.
It's powerful. I mean, when you're doing posts every day, people are reading that content, consuming it, they're getting to know you. So let's go into for recording, like what are you doing for video content out there? Are there Snapchat, stories, Facebook Live? Like what are the main focus you're using?
So my main focus has been Facebook Lives. Basically, that's who we're trying to target. So if my audience is on Facebook, I better be in front of them all doing Facebook Lives talking about different subjects. So I do probably one every other day and soon to be every single day when I get some more time freed up. But I pick a subject. I pick something about Facebook ads because that's what we do, and a pain point for our realtors. And I talk about it and I give them tips and tricks on what they could do to really optimize their ads.
Love it. Love it. Well, let's go to the next one. You're knocking out the park. Hey, for audio. So speaking or podcasting, what are some various things you're doing with that and how has it been an impact in your business?
So basically audio, like you said, I'm the co-host of Dorm Rooms and Conference Rooms with Saba Ali. And it's been awesome because I utilize that as a platform for like connecting, right? I don't want to take away from the next thing, but connecting with others. And it's been great because I've been able to meet Greg Roulette, Maxwell Finn. I've been getting these awesome people on. We just recorded with Matt Gottsman, who's the founder of HDNF magazine. And then I'm meeting with his buddy in Chicago of Pursuit.com and Case Kenny. And it's great connecting with these different people.
And that's the power of podcast show, which I've leveraged over the past 2.5 years. And you get to have guests on your show you normally couldn't talk with, and you could spend like 45 minutes, an hour with them. And these are people that some charge thousands of dollars per hour. So you get that opportunity, but you get connected where you can actually work with them. So kudos to you on that end. Okay, the next one, and for networking, what are you doing for various networking? Like, are you going to events? How are you networking?
So I haven't really gone to a lot of events. Just playing college athletics, it was way too hard. So the biggest form of networking, like I said, I didn't want to take it away in the last one there with the A, but through my podcast, the network is just insane. And as a college kid, especially if you're in college, tell every single person out there that's an influencer, you're in college, because you will go above and beyond to make sure you succeed.
They want to help you. Seriously, yes. Man. And it's the one thing about in college too, like I have this sweet spot for college kids wanting to help them. The ones that are willing, like for yourself, that will read, will follow up. Like I will help them. Then some people that don't take the time and they don't quite get it yet, because that's why I lead people to Think Rich, because once they read that, they can think on the same level and understand the things that I'm saying. So yes, take advantage of the college situation. I mean, now you're out, but you can still kind of play that college role. Be sure to save your college ID. I know it got me into a lot of events for free by still having that. I still have it today.
Yeah, right.
But so networking, being able to podcasting has been a great networking for you. So the last one is differentiate. Differentiate. What makes you different, Dan, from everybody else, whether for your business or you as a person? What is your unique value or makes you stand out in the crowd?
I guess my unique value is I just have fun with it. Like I see so many of these entrepreneurs these days so like stuck up or either just so serious all the time. And I'm willing to relax. I'm willing to go meet with my friends for an hour on a Tuesday night or something like that just because it unwinds who I am. And it's differentiating me because now when I step in front of a camera, I am a real person again. Like this, it normalizes who I am. And I do it in my business by doing the Facebook Lives. So it differentiates me, puts me in the right spot. And there's some big things between me and another friend of mine, a part of Profit Media. And we're going to start stepping into the space of digital marketing, but the sales end of it all. And it's something we're moving towards right now, him and I.
So I got to say, as a college kid, I've had a lot of college kids that have reached out to me, but out of them, you and Saba Ali have got to be two of the biggest, like hardworking, like people that I could say, hey, they listened, they followed, they're doing some big things. I know they're going to go places. But you're great, like you can be taught, you can be teachable, and some people can't. And the changes I have seen in you both just amazing, and especially you, like what you're doing right now. So for you, would you suggest the accelerator? And I'm going to say to any college kids out there,
of course, it was a game changer. You really get to connect with some amazing people. You get to connect with yourself, Brandon, and it's something everyone I think should do in some fashion.
I honestly feel like I think everybody should, for one, have the opportunity in college or even high school to read Think and Go Rich. That's one thing. And then two, get the opportunity to be in through an accelerator program because it's a power in the mastermind, the group, the accountability. It is a game changer. I'm glad. I think you're one of the youngest people to go through it. How old are you, Dan?
I'm 22. Saba's actually younger than me. She just turned 21.
Okay, 21.
She's 21, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming up soon. But you both are the youngest to go through it, and it's just cool to see. You guys are way ahead of the game, man. Like looking back where I was at that age, you guys are ahead of the game. So I'm excited to see where you're going in the future. Where can people find you, Dan?
So the best place to find me right now is just through Facebook, and it's facebook.com/dan.tieman. That's the best place you could connect with me. I answer everyone's messages. If you friend request me, I'll probably accept it to try to connect with you in some fashion. So you can reach me directly on Facebook. It's probably the best spot.
Before we end the show here, what advice do you want to give to listeners or any last words you want to share with them?
So the advice I'd give to our college age listeners out there is just say yes and figure it all out later, because that is something I live by. And it's something Richard Branson said, if the opportunity is good or if a great opportunity presents itself, say yes and figure it out later. And the great opportunity was joining the mastermind. I might not have actually had a good amount of money to really spend on it, but the opportunity was there. I had money together to do it, and I just jumped in, and it's paying itself back in tenfold.
You made it happen, man. And that's what I love about you. And that's why I said, just do it. And you said, fuck it, I'm going to do it. So thank you, man, for coming on the show. For all you listeners, definitely connect with Dan Tieman. Listen to his podcast show as well. I love the show, and especially for college kids and everything you're doing, Dan. Just keep grinding, man. Looking forward to working with you more in the future. For all you listeners out there, you know what time it is? It is time to go out there, create something great, and become unforgettable, because life is too short not to. I'm Brendan T. Adams. Have a great day, everyone.